Hi, everyone. Hi. Okay, thanks for joining us, everyone. Today, we have an actually super exciting day today. We're actually going to be talking about, what's getting you going in the morning, what's keeping you going through the day, your self-care habits, and all that self-doubt that we suffer from, all that kind of stuff. So today's program is going to be fantastic, and I thank everybody for joining. So let's get started. Okay, so being an entrepreneur, guys, is super exciting, but it's also a challenging journey, isn't it? So when it comes to sharing the highs and lows, it gets kind of hard because sometimes we're up and down and up and down, and it's a journey. It's a journey, and it's not made for everybody. It's not made for the faint of heart, right? You got to be able to be a fighter to get through this. So one of the most significant hurdles that entrepreneurs face actually is themselves. It's the self-doubt within themselves. And if you're struggling with that, everything else is so much harder. So the internal battle can hinder your growth, your productivity. It's going to actually hinder your overall well-being on everything. So today we're going to actually explore the issues that entrepreneurs are encountering when they're struggling with that self-doubt, how it's affecting and impacting their business, how it's affecting and impacting their lives, because it has a profound effect on absolutely everything. And when you start to struggle with that self-doubt, everybody notices. It starts to affect your relationships as well. And then many people start to neglect their self-care. And that really then affects both your personal and your professional lives. It's a spiral, everybody. You're starting to spiral down when this sort of stuff happens. So to help our fellow entrepreneurs today, we're going to lead with showing you how to lead a fulfilling and successful life, how to get it starting from the AM when you first open your eyes and get that first stretch on, That's what we're talking about today, guys. So we're going to show you all about and tell you all about our ebooks that we have for you today. We have an ebook called Rise and Thrive and another one called our Entrepreneur's Guide to Self-Care. So we're going to get deep into that stuff today and to explain to you exactly why it's important you take care of yourself. And you know what? We're going to make sure that we dive into these topics. So you're going to learn how to conquer that self-care, how to prioritize yourself so you're no longer dealing with self-doubt, and how to start each day off with energy and enthusiasm. And I don't mean just the way I do it, because geez, Murphy, I wake up every friggin' morning smiling already. I upset people because I'm already happy the second I wake up, and you can start to get there too. It takes a minute, but we're going to start getting through all of this stuff to explain to you exactly how you can have this smile on your face every single day. Now, most people, as we talked about earlier, are struggling with that self-doubt, and that self-doubt is like an inherent part of the entrepreneurial journey, right? So founding and running a business or being a team member in any business that's growing, this requires taking risks. It requires putting yourself out there. It requires your brain coming up with some wonderful ideas. It requires you to make challenging decisions as well, both as the employee or as the employer. It doesn't matter which way. You still have to make really cool decisions and know which way to pivot in life to get you there. So entrepreneurs may be questioning their abilities when things go wrong. Maybe they're questioning their judgment, their worthiness towards success, because what they had thought of, what they put their neck out for, didn't work out. That doesn't mean that all your ideas are bad. It just means that particular one didn't work in that moment. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about how self-doubt actually manifests in various ways within your entrepreneurs, within yourself, and how you're going to be able to see this so that you can help the people around you and help them raise up their vibrations so they're not stuck in this self-doubt section. So if you know somebody who's stuck or you yourself are stuck, please pay attention. Here we go. All right. So one is decision paralysis. I know we've all suffered from that at one point or another, haven't we? So that's the constant fear of making the wrong decision. And this can lead to indecisiveness, causing progress to stagnate. And in fact, it leads to a significant amount of lost opportunities because you're sitting there too long thinking, you're taking too long to do stuff. And if you're talking with business people, those are action people. They want a decision now. They want you to move now. You don't wait. So that causes paralysis, and that actually causes a lot of chaos in your life if that happens. So if you start to notice that within somebody, know that they're suffering a little bit of self-doubt in there and they might need some help. So the next one is imposter syndrome. I know when I first started this company, I was struggling with imposter syndrome. It was just, you know, I'm new to the business. I didn't understand everything. I wasn't confident with my therapeutic skills, all of these sorts of things. So until that all grew, boy, did I suffer that imposter syndrome. Many entrepreneurs suffer that. So you feel like you don't deserve the achievements that are coming your way, or that you have to fake it, you know, despite your competence, right? And that's how I felt. I felt like I was kind of faking it into being something until I got my groove going and realized, you know what, I could just be me. I don't have to try to be anybody else, right? But that's the imposter syndrome coming on. So a lot of people struggle with that in the beginning. And again, that's coming direct from self-doubt. So if you work on that, you'll overcome your imposter syndrome. And also, practice makes perfect, guys. So keep working at it, keep going every single day. And that imposter syndrome goes away because you start to know. You start to know that you belong where you are, and you're earning every single step you've taken. The other thing that you'll find in people who are suffering from self-doubt is that they are overthinkers. Anybody and everybody who overthinks definitely has lack of self-confidence. And I know they're not going to say that they do. They're going to say, well, no, I'm excessively intelligent. Okay, your intelligence is holding you back then. So if you were intelligent enough to know that, then you would be intelligent enough to change that. So change it, right? It's self-doubt. When you're overthinking, you're dwelling on past mistakes. That's what's happening. You're worrying about, excessively, too much about your future, your past, any outcomes that can happen. You're overplaying stuff. That's self-doubt. That's you not understanding your abilities and not knowing where you want to go in life. So you really probably don't have a goal set as well. You have to have your eyes on the goal and self-confidence so that you don't do that overthinking stuff. What I do to prevent overthinking, by the way, guys, is I allow myself 5 minutes for anything, just 5 minutes. So if you're finding yourself stuck in that overthinking, try this. What I do is when I start the thought pattern, I start, okay, check out my time. What time is it? Start thinking. I do the thought. After 5 minutes, you've pretty much thought everything through that you need to think through. You've come up with ideas. You can pivot. And then after that, it becomes just dwelling. That's how come I don't do the overthinking part anymore, because I don't dwell on things. So I allow myself that 5 minutes every day or 5 minutes that hour or whatever, to think about that issue. And then I have to move to a different issue from there. Force myself to move to a different issue because I don't want to dwell on it. If you can't come up with the answer in 5 minutes, come back, revisit it another time. But don't sit there and spend your whole day dwelling. There's no point. You're just putting yourself through stress for zero reason. So let's talk about the impact on personal and professional lives that this self-doubt stuff is causing you. Okay, guys? So when entrepreneurs struggle with the self-doubt, it's not just their professional life that suffers. It takes a toll everywhere. Like I was saying earlier, all over your personal life. You're poo-pooing on everything with that self-doubt, right? So the interconnectedness of all of these aspects of life means that it affects self-doubt even more. It's like a spillover, and it starts to compound over time. So, what you have at work, you bring home. When it gets home, you're compounding it with more self-doubt at home, and whatever their reactions are, everything just continuously gets worse. Let's talk about what it's like when you have strange relationships from that self-doubt. So the stress and preoccupation, caused by self-doubt can actually harm and strain all your relationships with your family, your friends, your business, whatever, maybe even your pets. I don't know. The inability to fully engage in personal moments can lead to feeling extremely disconnected. And that's kind of scary. The idea is that you want to be engaged with your relationships. You want to make sound decisions. You want to trust in your decisions. And actually, you want to trust in your decision to have made the right decision on that relationship too, right? It's all important. It all comes back in a circle. So guys, the other thing that people are going to suffer from when they're suffering from self-doubt, you're going to see a lot of burnout and exhaustion. So when you see somebody who's always tired, always burnt out, always exhausted, that's somebody who generally doesn't believe in their abilities and themselves. Because I could promise you, when I used to be that person, when I was constantly second guessing myself, self-doubting and everything, it was exhausting, and I was tired all the time, because your brain, it never shuts off. It's always going, and it never finds the end of the story. So you're always looping, and that's like you're on a hamster on a wheel. It's not stop. It's just go, 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 go. And that's freaking exhausting. So that's where the burnout and the exhaustion comes in, right? So if you're capable of shutting this down, of focusing 25-minute intervals, 5-minute intervals, whatever it is, when you're capable of doing that, your brain is capable of resting in the 30 seconds in between your next thought, your next movement towards your next act or project or whatever it is that you're doing. But your brain gets that chance. And every time it pivots, it's like it's a new reset, right? And so you're not constantly going over the same thing over and over again. Now, think of this in your own life, right? Imagine yourself going out in the world and enjoying one activity for 8 hours straight. It feels long, doesn't it? That whole 8 hours. But if you broke that 8 hours up into 1 hour, you're doing, you're walking around watching this. The next hour, you guys are in chats. The next hour, you guys, it's all the same topic, but you're doing a different activity every hour or every 25 minutes. It makes it less cumbersome, makes it a lot easier, and you will be less likely to suffer that burnout and exhaustion because your brain has a chance to reset. So it's not looping, it's not going, and you're not kind of falling asleep during stuff as much because it's always something new that's going to excite you. Then we have that lack of work and life balance that people suffer from as well. I know I suffer from that actually right now. I'm suffering from that. So entrepreneurs may face challenging times when they're trying to separate work from home life, from their personal life. And so they feel like they're weighed down by self-doubt because they can't figure out which way to go. My case, I'm not filled with self-doubt. I already know what I don't want a personal life. I want to work. So I'm having that balance issue. My friends are saying I should balance more friend times, where I'm like, why? Y'all aren't making me money. Why am I going to be over there? I'm going to be where I'm making money, right? That's where my brain's going. So that's where my imbalance comes from. Some people might feel that as well, as same as me. You want to work because you've got a goal, you got to get there. But when it's causing that imbalance where you're not enjoying that work day to day, like when I come to work, I smile, I'm happy to be here. And in fact, when I'm not at work, this is all my brain wants to do. That's all I'm thinking about, which is different than that person who is feeling weighed down when they're at work and at home, and then they can't balance both because they're tired in both places, right? That's somebody who's suffering self-doubt. That person there is not letting that hamster come off the wheel, right? You're stuck. And so that's where you want to find that good balance. That's where you want to find where that smile is. Where you smile the most, that's where you want to put more of your energy in. And P.S., if you're not smiling when you go to work, you're in the wrong job. It's time to change. It's time to change your career because you want to be happy. You want to smile. You want to enjoy your work life. So if you're not doing that, then mosey on out. Same thing with your personal life. If you find that you're more than 70% of the time miserable at home, change something, switch something. You leave, people in your house need to leave, change maybe the decor in your home. I don't know, switch something. Something needs to change because you need to become happy at least 70 to 80% of the time throughout your day. You must be happy within what you're doing. If you aren't, there's an imbalance, and that's what you need to find. So the importance of self-care is not a luxury, guys. It's actually a necessity. And unfortunately, a lot of us think that self-care is that luxury because you're picturing, going for massages, getting mud baths, all of that stuff. Okay, that's the luxury, sure. But what about the other self-care stuff that you should be doing for yourself, right? Because prioritizing that self-care allows you to start nurturing your physical, your emotional, and your mental well-being. So that means you're going to be enabling yourself to handle all challenges with resilience and creativity. So I'm going to share with you right now a few examples of things you can do for self-care practice that's going to help you as an entrepreneur to get to where you want to go. It's going to help you to create that balance. And I know at first you're going to think, holy frig, this is going to take me a long time to get used to this stuff, to add it into my schedule. Well, if your mindset is important to you, if your future is important to you, if reaching your goals is important to you, you will find a way. You will not make excuses. You will find a way. Okay? So let's go through these. The first one is mindfulness and meditation. Now, I know a lot of you guys are saying, Jesus Murphy, it's hard to meditate. I agree with you. It was hard to meditate at first. But practice makes perfect, just like anything else. You have to practice at it. You have to sit down and let your mind go. Now, that being said, if you can't let your mind go because it's going straight to business, what you want to do is start reciting mantras. Recite a mantra. Get one offline. I can share one with you. If you want one, hit me up. I'll give you a mantra to recite. If you don't know which one to say, I'll be happy to share one with you, absolutely free. And you can use that, which you recite over and over and over for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is that you're sitting in your meditation for. That is going to help your mind to focus on one thing. And I promise you, when you do that, what happens is your body starts to vibrate and it'll elevate its level. You'll go to another level of vibration. You will start to feel it. Maybe not that first day, maybe not even the second day, but keep at it and you will notice a difference. Mindfulness, of course, is being mindful of your needs, being mindful of your sleep, your hunger, all of these things. You have to be mindful of yourself. In other words, don't constantly be a giver. Don't give away your power to everyone who needs it, because there are some succubuses out there who are trying to suck you of your life force. Do not allow them to do that. Be mindful of yourself, of your needs. Take care of your needs. How are you going to do that, you ask? I'm glad you asked, because number 2 is exercise and movement, right? Guess how important that is. And I know you think, oh, geez, I don't want to. I don't have time. Set out the freaking time, you guys. Set out the time just to stretch. Whatever it is you need to do. Maybe you want to do some dancing. Whatever. I always dance every day, 6 p.m. I've mentioned this several times. At 6 p.m. every single day, I get up and I dance for 10 minutes because I need to relax. I need to get all of the oxygen that's been stuck in my body. I need to get that moving so my body feels alive again from having sat in my office all day just sitting and wasting time. Get moving. Regular physical activity is extremely important. And whether it's going for a run, practicing yoga, maybe going for a swim, dancing, boosts of energy levels, anything you do. The other day I was exhausted after work, but I jumped on my bike and I went for a 15-minute bike ride to my friend's house. And when I got there, he's like, what the frig happened to you? You're not shutting up. Because apparently I went from being exhausted to being incredibly full of energy by the other end of that bike ride. It matters. It changes everything. So I urge you to start your day every single day with a walk, with a stretch. As you're walking, I literally will roll my arms like this while I'm walking, do the windmill thing. I will do that to get the oxygen going and get the muscles loosening up in my neck and in my head. And I'll do that every single day. So try that whilst you're walking, right? Get your stretches on. Do maybe long leg stretching while you're walking. Go for it. Who cares if you look ridiculous? I don't mind. I know I look ridiculous, and I don't care if people stare at me, because guess what? I feel great afterwards, and that's the priority. It's not about what other people are thinking about you. Heck, no, nay. It has to do with you and how you feel about you and how you feel in your own skin after the end of the day. That's what matters. So get all these naysayers out of your brain. Get what everybody else is saying out of your mind. Who gives a frig about them? Because they don't give a frig about you. If they're judging you, it's because they aren't happy with themselves. People who judge others are generally people who have self-hate stuck up in here. So understand that and just smile. When they judge you, just smile. So you know what? I'm happy in my imperfections, which I tell people often. Screw you. I'm perfect in my imperfections, and I'm moving forward the way I am. And if you don't like it, the door's that way. Don't need you. Bye, right? But that's where self-confidence comes in, and that's what we're going to help you build up. to that. Because I promise you, there was a time in my life where I accepted people's crap. I accepted them, putting their beliefs on me, their limitations on me. And it dragged me down. It didn't allow me to prosper. Anytime I had a great idea that I wanted to follow, people would tell me it was stupid, so I wouldn't do it. Guess how many things I passed up that I could have made a killing on? I could have made a buttload of coin. But I didn't do it because somebody told me it was dumb, or that I wouldn't be successful at it, or they would look at me like, you think you can do that? Yeah, damn it, I think I can do that. I know I can do that now. But back then, I didn't know I can do that. But back then, I wasn't practicing self-care. I wasn't taking care of myself. I was waking up every day grumpy and going to bed grumpy and existing grumpy. That was my life. Now, I work on my mindset. I work on my mental health. I work on giving to others, because guess what? That's important too. Giving yourself to others is incredibly important, which means, volunteer some time, or when you see someone who needs help along your path when you're walking, help them. If you see somebody who needs help pushing a cart up a hill, help them do that. Or picking something up, help them. Be of service to others. Now, that being said, number three, guys, is setting boundaries. Remember to set those boundaries, because people will take advantage of you, right? So remember that entrepreneurs should set clear boundaries around their work, around their personal life, so that they can avoid this burnout that we were talking about earlier. And it's important that you do that to maintain healthy relationships as well. So because I am not in a serious relationship where I have children running around and a man waiting for me for dinner, I get to work whenever I darn well please. Now, that being said, if I had a partner, I would have to take their thoughts, their lifestyle, their needs into consideration. It's not all me. No. And if that's what you're doing it wrong. That's selfish. Stop it right now. Okay? What you want to do, guys, is give, but set your boundaries as to what you can and cannot accept. So today I'm going to work from this hour till 6 p.m., but at 6 p.m., I'm all yours. This is my boundaries. So please just leave me have this window. Or, I need an hour of meditation time and me alone time after work. I'm going to set my boundaries with you that's what I'm going to seek every day after work. And then I'm all yours. Whatever it is your boundary is, whatever it is your need is, that's what you want to tell people. That's what you want to express, because you want to maintain these healthy relationships. And guess what happens when you don't tell people what you need? Well, you don't get your need met, and then boundaries get crossed. So keep that going. Now, number 4 is pursue hobbies. What are your hobbies? So engaging in personal hobbies and activities is important to bring joy into your life, right? It's for relaxation. It can help to rejuvenate you and foster creativity in your life. It's going to help Mondays become a little bit easier when you get to go and enjoy some hobbies. So whatever your hobby is, get out the door and go do it. For me, I love spending time with my pets. So whenever I get free time, I invite people over or to go out to the dog parks with dogs. Anybody who's got dogs can come to my house and we have playtime. That's what I do for my hobby. That's what I find fun. Or creating. My girlfriend got me into art and painting and all of that stuff. And so now every time I go to their house with her and her kids and her husband, we do like artistic projects, stuff like that. We get some stuff from the dollar store, some art canvases and some paint from the dollar store, and we'll start doing that stuff. Or maybe I start creating bracelets with her little girl. Or for me, what's fun is right now I'm creating a book. So for me, writing that book is fun. It's creative. It's energizing to me. So whatever it is that your hobby is, get on out there and do it. It's important to have some fun in your life. So laughter, joy, relaxation, whatever it is, go and do it. Because guess what? Number 5, social connections is the importance of everything. More important than anything is that you nurture those social connections. You need them. We need to touch people. We need to hug people. We need to have conversations with people. Have you ever actually sat with somebody who hasn't been around anybody for 24 to 48 hours or longer? Did you notice how that person's non-stop talking? Like motor mouth all the time. That's because that's what happens to you when you lose connections. It's like you jump on that person and it's like verbal diarrhea coming out. You know, loneliness is setting in, and you just need to know that you're not going nuts, or that, you know, life still exists out there. So the idea is for you to get out, nurture relationships with whoever you find. That's healthy for you. Again, when we go to above, if you've set those boundaries, right? If you've started to pursue the hobbies that make you happy, if you go out and exercise every day, you're looking and feeling your best, if you're using meditation and mindfulness every single day, right? Then when you go to create those social connections, you will find healthier ones because you have set all those boundaries. You've worked on yourself. So you aren't accepting the crap from other people. You will only surround yourself with people who will serve your future, who will help you to get to your goals, who have the like mind as you. Those people. That's who you want to surround yourself with. You will not maintain relationships anymore with people who are succubuses, you know, taking from you, take. You will not surround yourself with negative people anymore if that's what you don't want around you. You won't be around the people who are lazy anymore if that's not what you want for yourself. You will surround yourself with those who are like you, right? Just like if you go out to athletes out there, do you see athletes hanging out with non-athletes? Very rarely. They're always hanging out with people like them. When they're in their own spare time, what are they doing? They're going out and they're practicing on their own, playing ball or whatever the case may be. That's what they're going to do. So do that, because once you've got healthy social connections, everything turns out okay, because now you've got someone to lean on. Now you've got someone to bounce ideas off of. Now you've got someone who can keep you in place and on target when you need it. But make sure they're a healthy person to keep in your life. So let's talk about energizing your morning for success. Are we ready? All right. So starting the day. Ooh, that burnt. That was some hot tea. All right. Woo. All right. Starting the day off on a right note is significantly important. And it's going to cause a huge impact into your life as an entrepreneur. It's going to change your productivity and your mindset throughout the day. So it's very important how you start your day. Exceptionally important how you start your first 15 minutes of this day. Very important. So energizing mornings, it's important to set them as a positive tone, right? To build momentum throughout your day for a fulfilling day ahead. So I'm going to offer you some tips right now on how to energize your mornings, right? First of all, wake up early, which means go to bed early, okay? So the importance to most people is to wake up with the sun, go to bed with the sun. That's actually what your body needs. That's your circadian rhythm. That's why it's your body's rhythm, because we are rhythmic with the sun and the moon and the stars and all that stuff. But get up with the sun. So I'm up every morning, 5:30. You don't have to get up that early, but get up early every single day. Why? It allows you more hours throughout your day. And it allows ample time in the morning so that you can ease into your day without feeling rushed. Okay, so what you want to be able to do is get to your destination early so that you're not rushed. You don't want to have to rush through your makeup and getting ready in the morning either, because that causes stress in your body, and then that will continue on into the rest of your day. So I don't know if you guys understand this, but what happens in the first 15 minutes to half hour of your morning actually sets the tone for your entire day. So if you actually go to pick up your phone in that first 15 minutes, you're setting your day off to be attached to that phone at your hip. If you turn on the TV in that first 15 minutes, guess what you're going to be doing the rest of the day? You will be addicted to that TV. Now, if you get up and go out and exercise, have a healthy breakfast, do some meditation and mindfulness work first thing in the morning, you will set the rest of your day off to be like that. You will go off the rest of your day not being lazy, but being focused, being drawn to creating more energy within your body all day long, right? You're going to be thriving because you built that energy up into you first thing in the morning. But what happens when you sit down in front of a TV or in your computer first thing in the morning? You've now set your body into a sedentary lifestyle for that day. And that's what you're going to continue with all day. So The first things you do in the morning are exceptionally important. So I urge you, in that first 15 minutes, you should be actually doing your gratitude list. First 15 minutes. Actually, the first second I open my eyes, I tell the universe and God what I'm grateful for, and I'm thankful for my life and all of this stuff. That should be the very first thing you do. Okay, so that's the next thing on our list, by the way, is talking about gratitude practices. It's important to start your day off with your gratitudes. Okay, so by acknowledging these things that you're grateful for, you're actually setting, again, that positive tone for the rest of the day, because you're realizing that you actually do have a good life, a really good life, you know. And it's also important, by the way, P.S., I know we're not talking about night times here, but it's important that at night, before you go to bed, you write down all of the things that you were successful at today. What did you accomplish today? Put that down, because guess what? That means you're going to bed feeling like a victor, feeling like you've won, feeling like you've accomplished everything and you've got the world at your fingertips. And then when you sleep at night, it's just going to help you to do more of that the next day. That's what you're setting yourself up for. So the last 15 minutes before bed, the first 15 minutes when you wake up are the most important times. You're actually in full-on hypnosis at those hours. I don't know if you know that, but those 15 minutes, you're in hypnosis. So it's a natural state. So whatever you end up doing for yourself in those moments is what you're hypnotizing your mind to maintain. So continue with that. You want to put positive vibes into you at that first AM vibe, right? So again, practice gratitude. Then you got to do the morning exercises. And again, that's where I'm talking about going for those walks, you know, getting the oxygen moving in your body, showing yourself that you love yourself enough to put that morning routine boost into your life. It's important so that you have a clear mind throughout the day. I notice on days when I don't go out for walks first thing in the morning, my brain is cloudy all day. I feel like I'm dragging. 10 o'clock a.m. cannot come fast enough. Yet if I go for that walk, if I do some sort of exercise first thing in the morning, whether it's yoga or swimming or whatever, if I'm doing that exercise, noon is there and I'm like, holy mackerel, this day is going fast. It's, you know, it's flying by. Right? Because I'm just so energized. I'm so productive. I'm getting things done and I'm not watching the clock like I would if my body was feeling yucky, right? So the idea is to get on out there. Now, guys, after your morning exercise, because P.S., you want to exercise on an empty stomach. Why? Because actually your body's going to get rid of all the food that you had from the night before. It's going to actually help your metabolism to work a little bit faster. If you go and exercise on an empty stomach. By empty stomach, I mean glass of water. Do not have coffee or tea or caffeine before you put water in your body. So you can have water and lime and then go and do your exercise. Then you come back and you enjoy a healthy breakfast. So you fuel your body up with that nutritious breakfast, and that's going to provide you with sustained energy throughout your day. Okay, so that's how you do it. Because if actually you ate before you went to exercise, you would use up all the food you just ate. You'd use up that energy during that run, and you'd cause stagnation early in the day. And of course, then you're looking for that chocolate bar or whatever fruit at 10 a.m. again, when you don't need it, because you didn't have to waste all that energy on that run. It's actually better for you to go without. So once you've had that healthy breakfast, of course, you want to sit for a few minutes and do your visualizations. Now, of course, you could do the visualizations first thing in the morning. I tend to do mine when I'm doing my gratitude list. So I will say my gratitudes as my eyes are closed, and I will tell my God or the universe all about how grateful I am. And then I will visualize the life I'm planning for myself, the day I want for myself. I will visualize the phone calls I'm going to have with clients that day, how they're going to go, so that I can see from beginning to end. And, my brother gave me really great advice, and which applies to this too, and it applies to every part of life. But play the reel out to the end with everything. So when you're visualizing something, play the reel out to the end. The more you see in detail what's going on in that visualization, the more your mind is then going to create exactly what you were thinking in your mind. Now, of course, it may not always turn out exactly how you want. The reason for that is because the universe is going to give you what you're ready for and what you're meant for, not exactly what you want. Right? So you have to understand that. It'll start to fulfill what you want, but if that's not what's meant for you, it's not going to give it to you, but it will bring you what is meant for you. So prepare for that. right? Because when you start visualizing, oh boy, that's some powerful manifestation qualities that you create within yourself right there. So don't worry about that. Start to manifest by visualization. And again, the more details you put into that visualization, the more you will manifest exactly what you are trying to get to. The more you can see it happening, the more it's going to become your reality. All right? All right? Guys, now I have the proud mama bear moment here. Guys, I'm going to introduce you guys to our empowering bundle. Okay, it's an ebook bundle that we have that we're offering for you guys to help you through all of this stuff. So we're thrilled to present this bundle, which carries these 2 ebooks in it, okay? The first one is The Rise and Thrive. It's an entrepreneur's guide to energizing their mornings. This ebook offers practical tips and strategies to help entrepreneurs jumpstart their mornings with enthusiasm. It's going to help setting the tone of your day to be a productive day. That's what that ebook is all about. You can buy it individually or you can buy it in this bundle. The second one is The Entrepreneur's Guide to the Self-Care Success. That one is brilliant. Okay, this ebook emphasizes the importance of self-care, and it provides actionable steps to integrate into self-care practices and into your busy entrepreneurship lifestyle, right? So it's going to help you with all of that. But that's not all, you guys. I wasn't going to stop there, as if I'm going to stop there. And again, you can get either one of those books as individuals. But when you buy them in the bundle, what I've decided to do today is not only discount the price. You are not only going to get both of them, but you are also going to get anxiety-free audio. So this audio is what you can listen to in that time of meditation first thing in the morning or the last 15 minutes before you go to bed when you're already in that hypnosis. This is going to help you to reduce anxiety, right? This is great for anybody who has even a little bit of that anxiety going on. It's going to help change that in your mind, body, and soul. It's going to help you become more effective in your everyday decisions. And it's going to provide you with the tools to navigate all of those challenges in your life with calm and focused minds. So that's what that does. Right? So we're going to offer you both of those. That free audio comes when you buy the bundle of the books. So guys, the journey to entrepreneurship is actually filled with a bunch of ups and downs, as we already know. Self-doubt can be a formidable enemy to you, and it can be something that drags you backwards. So it's important to conquer any self-doubt that you're having, any issues you have with getting your day started happy, and on that positive note. It's important you get all of that going, right? So what we want you to do is enjoy your life, empower yourself with knowledge, and you can conquer that self-doubt and embrace a fulfilling and successful life when you take control of your own mind. So today we're urging you to get our ebooks, get the bundle if you want. It's designed to support and uplift you through your entrepreneurship journey. And it's going to help you with all of your growth and achievements. It's going to help get you there. It's going to give you all the steps you need to get you on that right path. So let's take that first step today towards that more confidence and balanced entrepreneurship journey. So together we will rise, we will thrive, and we will conquer. So I'm going to leave you links above or below right now so that you can get access to that ebook or both ebooks, and that free anxiety audio. You can get that all. I'm going to leave the access links right below. Jump on it, guys. This is your chance. It's available now. We have a limited amount offered. We only created 500 of them, so there are only 500 books available in the bundle. If you want those, jump now. They are kind of going fast already. They've been available for the hour and they've already started to sell like hotcakes. So I urge you to start moving, guys. And we will see you next Friday. Don't forget, 2 p.m. every Friday. We're here. Bye.